Hi everyone. Yeah. So my name is George, and I'm a price action supply and demand trader, purely price action, and yeah. So I mean, people have been asking for this, and I hope this suits them very well. Yeah. So let me give this disclaimer: there is no trading advice, but it's purely for educational purpose. This is not financial advice whatsoever. That is purely right, purely technical. But then if you want me to add fundamentals as well, I'm going to do that as well. But then it's going to more technical here. Right? So yes, I'm a price action supply and demand trader. I'm a legal for zones and I trade. Right. So regards to the trends, the price action trading, candle formations, structures, pathings, and all that. Once I see them, once I locate them, because it's all part of technical analysis. Right, some people will trade this and all that, but then once I'm able to identify that on the market, I make good use of it as well. All right, so one thing that I actually go with is the top analysis. That's what I start with. Now, when it comes to top analysis, I'll first of all look at the monthly time frame, the weekly, and the daily, and narrow down to the intradays. Now, so the monthly, the weekly, and the daily, it's for the direction of the market overview. All right. Then when it comes to the intraday, it gives you a concrete decision to make in terms of your entry point, where to enter, whether you have to avoid a trade or you have to avoid a market for certain time frames and all that. So I like to do mental analysis and making sure I spend most of my time on the direction, because once you get a direction, get the market structure properly, you are like, let me say, 80% to make a good decision in your trades. All right, so let's dive in now. So this is AUDJPY, and AUDJPY, the monthly time frame is telling us a story that we can use in our trading. All right, so when it comes back here, so looking at the market crash that happened, good bearish pressure, market rallied it to the upside here, came back down right here, right here, right here, overall. So when it comes to market structure, I really want to focus where the current market is at, and how the current market structure relates to what we have in the previous. Okay, so if you're looking at the previous historical data about AUDJPY, you can see that around this level, market failed to kind of break this point, all right, on the market. And now this whole wave, we had thought that market would have break this whole structure. It's failed, and it gave us a pin. It gave us a wick. All right, it gave us a very big rejection. It was like a pin bar rejection. Pull back to this particular point. Now, here, let me establish a fact here. Now, you see, at this point where market, retested, all right, it tested a price point here at 99.008 and came down again. Now, this whole leg is what we are interested. Now, when it comes to this whole leg, what is so interesting is that now at this point that market broke the structure right here. This whole leg, we had thought that it would have been able to what break this point or this swing point, but it failed to do so. Now, what in its failing movement, right? It's pulled back, and this pullback, I'm very interested in what price point that this guy came into. So then I use my Fibonacci to get that price point properly, and now you can see that it's around the 20. If you had to add this, it's around the 23.6, I guess. All right, good. So 23.60%, exactly where the market would retested or pulled back to. Right, let me remove the line between here. So here we can see that it's more of like a price action pullback. It's not just any pullback at all. but it's a price action pullback. Now, was a price action pullback, then I'm very interested in what is giving me. All right. Now, since market is not able, because if you check this whole wave here, okay, so this whole wave should have been able to close this in its own sense. If you're looking at market structure 101, looking at, okay, market should have to break this structure, create a lower low, then for possible continuation. But here we're seeing that market couldn't do that. All right, and it coming back to, which is a pullback, it came back to 23.60, which is something like, okay, yeah, then that means it's a price action pullback. What next? All right, so we can see that right here we still see some sort of rejection. Still, market has not been able to kind of, it's still struggling to even break hold of 99.008. Right now, once we are able to establish this structure properly, then we can now narrow down to the weekly. Now, the weekly will also tell us something that we also have to make good use of. So we could see that once we are going down the lane, narrowing down to the time frames, we are seeing how the pictures or how the story is unfolding. So right here, we could see that market right here pulled back to a pushable point. When we check the price pullback, we realize that it was around the 23.60, which is more like a Fibonacci retracement. Now coming back here, this guy also failed to do the same thing again. Now what I like to do is I like to check my pullbacks. Actually, that pullback is something that I can trust. Some pullbacks are just but then the institutions are very wise. They know what you're doing in the market, so it's kind of an imprint to whatever that is being done under the hood, right? So here, because I'm going to use my Fibonacci to establish that fact. You can see that around the 38.20 market is doing what market is still. That is where market retraced to. Going to push up. We don't know as well the price. So here we can see that, okay, but the main thing is we know that the price rejected here, forming a what we call the double top formation right before price pulled back. So in price pulling back, we want to envisage, and remember, we don't predict on the market, we react to the market. So market conditions are different in a time, but then what will help you very well is that what story is it telling you? What story is it telling you? So it's something that you really want to focus, and we'll see how it goes. Okay. Now, so at this point, the market has come to test the 8.20. Okay, so here we know that it's a price action pullback. However, is it going to continue on with that move or that way, breaking this on that? Making sure that historically things are being broken. So that one is an issue to us now, but we still want to deduce further and understand what the market is telling us and what's the best opportunities that you have to look at. Is it a buy or sell opportunity? That are two things that you are trying to get, or you really want to focus on anytime you're in the market. You are trying to get what opportunity can I join in. So market's about opportunities, trying to create an edge on the market. All right. Find an edge on the market. So here, all right, let's go to the daily. All right, now the daily is going to tell us something that we are much interested in, right? The daily is going to, now when it comes to the daily, we are seeing a rejection right here. This is a daily candle. We are seeing rejections right here. So yeah, I can even conclude that I'm looking for market a sell opportunity, because right here I'm seeing a very big rejection. However, this is not a time for me to enter. No, I can't just enter a trade here just like that. No, but then it's giving me an indication that there are some rejections happening right here. So I want to look for a selling opportunities. Right now, let's narrow down into the 4-hour time frame. Now, the 4-hour time frame, it's also something significant, because it's, to me, kind of the starting day of the intraday. Right, the time of the time frame that you really have to focus in terms of intraday. Right, the 4 hours and the 2 hours and the 1 hour. So here clearly I'm seeing that market has actually formed what they call term as what the bearish engulfing. Right, and part of my entry strategy is that once I see a bearish engulfing, I want to wait till I see a closure, okay, of the 4 hour before I enter. Okay, still in the market trigger. So here I've come to decide that I'm looking for a sell opportunity right now. We can now further reduce and go down to the 2 hours. Now you see the 2 hours. Now we are seeing what is really happening right here. Candle to close, right? And with this candle that is closing, I'm seeing an opportunity that I've entered right here. Probably make my stop loss somewhere here. Okay, so something like this. Once this one close, I would have entered something like this. Okay, right. So, but because I'm late to the entry, right, or for the entry, what I can do is right now I'm just waiting for a pullback. I'm waiting for a pullback to happen right here. If I see a pullback here, so here I'm still trying my way to find what an opportunity, a sell opportunity to actually enter the market. So here I'll be looking for a sell opportunity, looking at price to push up to a little bit before and getting into it, for a possible sell. All right. Get to really understand what is happening. Okay. Now when it comes here, you can see that the first structure has been broken. All right. But you can see that market is trying to make its headway to the upside. All right. So that I'm waiting for a pullback. All right. Anything that's a structure break, I actually got for um a pullback to the upside. If I'm looking for a sell opportunity, wait for another pullback to the upside before joining in there. So here, what I'm actually looking for will be a pullback to the upside joining, before joining, before joining, like jumping into the trade for a sell trade. So that's the overall market structure. But then sometimes you can use trend lines to, and I have a trend line. I have everything in here, to gauge myself. So here I can see a trend, right? I can see a trend right here. I can see a trend right here. So here this becomes my 2 hour trend line. Okay, so this is a 2 hour trend line. So if I see a possible this, then I'm looking for a trade probably to coming back to hit this particular trend line. Because right here you can see what market tapping 1, 2, 3. So probably I'm looking for another sell opportunity to come back to this level. I can join in there. So this my analysis and a market outlook for AUDJPY in the coming weeks. However, I still have index here and also have gold here, but that would be in a separate. Also have my indices, videos that I do. I have mine do, and again I have my currency pair that I do as well. So we'll be looking out for I'm looking out for all these videos, in a separate, probably like in a playlist or so. But then it's going to be in a different video, So I want to make this video very short to understand what you have to look out for in the coming weeks. Alright, thank you. Yeah, so if you want me to continue doing these videos, you can consider giving me a like and also hit it on the subscribe notification icon. You can also share with your friends, people who really want to understand the market, purely technical. At some point in time, we're going to add more of the fundamentals, but currently it's going to more of like technicals, how to understand the chart properly. So consider hitting the bell icon, the bell notification icon, and also give me a like, and you can share it to us all. Thank you very much.